Yeah, good afternoon, everybody. Well, maybe still in the morning, West African time is still like 11 minutes away from the noon. And this video is coming a bit late, but this is the time I have to actually shoot it. Now, let's talk about what we've been doing so far. And it's been interesting to see the way the price, had been correcting. The whole of last week was nothing but correction. So we can see this is the weekly time frame. And there's one thing you must also know. Anytime you see that the price is correcting on the daily or weekly, let me say daily, correcting on daily or 4-hourly, is still telling you that the price is still likely after correction going to break the top. If it's selling, then it means that the price most likely will still break the bottom if it's correcting. So correction, therefore, on the daily or 4-hourly tells us. So let's say on the daily, 4-hourly tells us that the price will still go in the direction of what the trade has been doing prior to that time. So that is one way of knowing. So when you see, but when you are going to see a turnaround, then you should be prepared for a turnaround. And the turnaround will first sight it on the 4-hourly. Let's say an hourly, then the 4-hourly, by the time it's apparent. But the momentum candle, it's what will now tell you that, okay, yes, we are ready to change. And you now confirm that on the daily. Yeah, this could have signaled also the end of upward movements, but eventually looking at the wave count and all of that, there was that possibility for the price to still go up, and that is what we are seeing now. So the price had broken this top here, on the weekly top here, the price had broken it here. So we can see the upper and the last week price broke here, but I don't expect price to break this. Price probably may first get to this point. If it's going to break it, we will know, but the structure so far does not show that the price is going to break this or this. So this here, which is the same thing as the support here or resistance here, and the resistance here, these levels does not look at where price is going to navigate before we have a change of direction. So what are we expecting? We are still expecting at least a big correction. We are still expecting a big correction. So they can delay this as long as they like, but I will warn us that these levels are not levels you want to buy. These levels are not levels you want to buy. If you want to buy, you can scalp to the upside, but these are not levels that you want to do your long buys if you are holding positions. I like to hold positions and take advantage of the market. So I'm waiting patiently for that. And if you can risk small at the top of this level, yeah, you can go for it just small and wait until the price eventually will make a big correction. So that's what we're waiting for. Lala Tobaro Kilelumbo, price cannot continue to go endlessly without having a big correction after this upsurge. The price had done, let's see, the price had done about 1,350 pips to the upside. And when price had done that, we are expecting nothing less than 700, pips to the downside. That is what we are saying, nothing less than that. And when the move will start, the sharp movement that will first go down is going to be very fast, and it won't do anything less than 400 to 500 pips. And that is what we are trying to watch for. That movement is going to be rapid and sharp. It's going to be 400 to 500 pips, and price will not stop until it does that with this magnitude of movement that the price had given us. Yeah, you can miss all these things in the middle. It doesn't really matter, but we know what these are done now. So we need to correct this move, and we are waiting patiently for that correction. So it's the structure in the middle that will tell us if we are going, how we're going to navigate it. If I go to the daily, still on the daily, we are still not seeing sign of a possible move to the downside. Okay, on the daily, this is where we saw the correction that looks like a hammer to the downside, and of course they may have changed it there because the fourth wave after this correction, this now has become part of the third wave. You know, the third wave started from here, and the ending diagonal of the third wave is what it gave us here, this one, before we now had the proper fourth wave correction of the old move from 2 to 3 to have this fourth wave correction. So we're now doing the last wave, and it looks as if this last wave is going to be extended based on the kind of correction we are seeing here. So it's going to be extended. What I foresee a situation whereby they will still continue to drag this to the upside and doing sideways movement and all of that, extend it till the end of this coming week. We might actually resume that correction in February. So maybe in the coming week, that will be 31st, 31st will be Monday or Tuesday, I think. That is when most likely they will change gear. That is when most likely they will change gear. I don't know, but we'll continue to watch the structure. But I still think that they are going to continue this mess to the upside for as long as at least this week Friday. But if they make the move, of course, we'll look at the structure and try to look for an entry, you know. But again, when you look at the structure and you say you want to probably project and say, okay, I want to place my order, sell order here. Once the top is broken, fine. But small lot size, if not even the minimum, yeah, you can put it there while you are waiting for that to happen. So on the daily, it's correction that we are seeing. See, correction to the downside. This is not movement that you will see when they want to move. You could have thought that, okay, from here, they want to move down, but eventually they tried breaking some structures here, but it's like trying to send a dummy, and eventually the price went up. So they can do that. Now on the 4 hourly, is there anything we can see? So that's nothing more than consolidation that we are seeing here, consolidation. So the movement of the price had not even gone, you know, further than what we had seen in the last 2 weeks. So that is consolidation. They are wasting time, and they will waste more time and frustrate you. They still want to grab liquidity, you know, at the top before eventually starting their big correction. That is what I'm emphasizing now. So if we bring out all the thing that we have drawn so far, so we know that this is now with 1 and 2, and the 3 began from here. One could say this is 1 and 2. This is the limit of 2. And of course, the first part of 3, which is the 3-2, if you want to look at it, the correction A, B, C, anyhow, is still part of 2 anyway. Then we now have this 3 to the upside here. Then we now have the 4 of the 3 and the 5 of the 3 to finish the 3. And the ending diagonal of the 5, the fifth wave of the 3 is what we saw here, 1, 2, and a 3 and a 4 and a 5 to finish that. Then we now have this correction of 4, you know, and we're now doing 5. So, and to what extent did we have this correction to the downside in terms of 2? In terms of 2, 2 is where this red is. And if we go and take that from where the red is to the summit of 3, we only add about 23.6. So it's about 23.6. We didn't even get here. So, and we didn't get here in terms of 2 to 3 correction. So for now, with that, even if we are looking at 5 being equal to 1, or not more than 161.8, if we do that, 5 being equal to 1, if we take it from here, which is here, and say this is 5 being equal to 1 at that level, and let me use something else. 5 being equal to 1, which we may expect that maybe price would do that, 5 being equal to 1. So, and we place this where 4 is. 4 is at this level. Am I correct? I think just a bit. These are things you can just to guide ourselves. Okay. Now, so that is where we might expect it to get to. If I now push it to this side. So yes. So the height of that is where we might expect that price to get to, which is price may still climb all the way to get to this level. So if I want to put blue there, I may put blue there. Yeah, I may put blue there for us to see the mark of that price. The mark of that price is actually at about 1.10500 thereabouts. 1.10500. That's about 1.10500. That's the height of it there. And if I want to look at what 1618 will give me from the top of 3, so where that 4 is, it's given me this. So this is actually at the height here. So the price is at the height of what this one would give me. You understand? So, but you must know that even if you, because these are error that any trader could make, saying that, okay, if it's like that, and once is 1.8 of 3 to 4 is at this height, and you see now price breaking it, you think, oh, this is, they are being wicked. You know, it's the thing has failed. No, not really, because you didn't have a correction deep enough to the level of where you expect 4 to be. Because if you were to do that and put it at the level you expect 4 to be, and this is what we are going to get. Let's do it again. From this red area now, this red, which is the level of 2, because you must have that at the back of your mind, and push it to 4. We should have expected at least it to get to this point, which is at this level. And if I may use something, let me use this one to mark those levels. Let me use green, or let me use different color now. Let me use this color. Yes, let me use this color. So these are the levels you should have expected, yeah, it to be. That level, that's 38. That is 38. That is 38. That is 38 and 50. So once we break those levels, we know that we are correcting. In our deep correction, we should at least be able to break that to the downside. So this is 50. So these are the areas. If price had gone, to that level and correcting upward, will say, okay, then it will be more than this or that. So let me take this off now. Now, this is the area we are coming for. This is the area we are coming for. Once we break that, of course, there is tendency for us to break this level. But this is the area we are looking for. Now, if we had done that, we had corrected 4 deep enough, then 5 maybe will not go past 1.618 of 3 to 4. But because we didn't have deep 4, then you must know that because we didn't have deep 4, from 3 to 4 here, to 4 at 38 will push us to very close to this level, So which we can say, let me try and now break that. So this is 161.8, which the price may have given us if we add a deep 4 to 38, and we didn't have that. So, and if I now push from 38 down a bit to 50, which is the maximum, I'm showing us something that I don't expect price to pull beyond this, no matter what. But we'll wait to see that even at 50, which is the maximum of correction of 4 now, which is at that level, these are now become the new zone where I must be expecting. So in that case, so you can see that it could go beyond level 1 correction to the upside, which is 1, the SM, because 5 could be equal to 1. So it may go beyond that. That is what we are saying now. It may go beyond that. So you must know the price may go beyond that. So now, these are the areas, if I am to change something here, I'm going to now change these, that these are the levels that I don't expect price to go beyond. This is the area that I don't expect price to go beyond. So from that area, now if I see that is the zone that I must be looking for myself, that's the zone I must be looking for myself. Now, if I now take into consideration where 5 or 3 is, to where I can call, that's the last place. So where I can call my blue zone, of course, my blue zone properly may not be this. This might just be the last fringe of the area. Now, if I take this, so a 123 from 38 here, a 123 is at this level here. So which will now give me the start of my blue zone here. Exactly. That's 138. Will give me the start of my blue zone from 38, from 38. The 50 will just push it up. Can you see? 50 will push it up. I don't need 50. So I just need that. So, and I will now adjust that with this current structure, this is the area I should be looking for this price to pull to. Exactly, that area. That's where I'll be looking for that price to push to. Because from this current level, which is 123, you may be looking for sell, but because of what the price had given me here, it would be nice for me to look for sell up at the upper zone here. And I'm teaching us something that is, you can't get this anywhere. You can't get this anywhere. I'm teaching us, and you are blessed if you're on my on my orb. You are blessed to see the way I'm pulling out this analysis, And let's see. Now, if I do something before I come to this, if I do something again, let me go back to the weekly. Let me go back to the weekly. Now, going back to the weekly, I said that trying to see the zone of change, and we are almost at that zone of change. The price is here. This is at the zone of change that I talked about. Now, price may have pulled from the current analysis, may have pulled a bit above it. So if we have that, it might just be a signal that, see, we are already in an upward wave and we're not correcting 4 to 5, that most likely we are going to now correct 2 to go to do 3 to the upside. But we need to see all of that to play out, and we'll see what we're going to get. So based on the analysis, I just pushed the grain here that I don't expect price to test this area, tokens of this area. So far from the structure that we've gotten, we're not seeing that price is going to test beyond here, except there's something else happening. So, but based on what we know and we are trying to follow, we are almost at the brim of, this is the limit of it, and this is the almost limit. Once we cross this barrier here, then we are pushing for a new trend completely. So this will now confirm that this is 1, and we're going to have a 2 and a 3 to the upside on that bigger time frame. So, and it will be interesting. So we'll take it piecemeal as we go. But for now, based on these, I may think let me do something. I may think I should be watching for, let me go to 4 hourly, okay? So let me go to 4 hourly. So this is where has been broken now. This is the limit up here, which I see price breaking. Now, if I were you, this is what I would do. Now, from here, to this new low of this, anytime you see consolidation, just know that the price is still going to, most likely will still break above that consolidation zone until you see a momentum candle that will first signal the end of the move in that direction. So we are not saying that. So, but all this is just to waste more time and draw up liquidity. So now, if I want to look for at least a 161 of this correction, of the 1618 of these corrections, if I were you, I may want to do that and say, if I want to look for 1618 of this correction, which is around this zone, this might be the area I may be looking for a sell, from here to this area, but we need to see the reaction based on what is here. But overall, I see that the price may pull up. The price may pull up. So don't be shocked when you see that happening. Don't be shocked when you see that happening. But you need to interpret the correction in the middle to know if we are going to get here or not. So if I may do something now. I want to pull this here based on what this one is giving me. In the meantime, I may be looking at that area as my area of response, which may change. Yeah, which may change. That's the area of response at 9096. Of course, the price has the potential of still climbing 100 pips above this zone here. So we are going to wait and see how price is going to navigate. So far, from this correction to the downside here, you might see this one as A. Okay, this one as A, Okay, this maybe as A, as a B. So we don't know what is happening here. So we have to wait. On the daily, it's really messy. And that kind of a correction is messy on the you see, is messy. You can see it's messy, you know, top down here. Top down. Even if you want to take this one as the old correction of A, maybe the B is going up. We might say have a correction to the downside before we now break above. So, but let's see how this one is going to go. But it's not going to stop here. It's not going to stop here. So we're still going to break above. That is what I'm telling us. So anybody that wish to, we are almost there. We are almost there, but we should wait for what they're going to do this week. We are almost there. 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 So you could target, once you have a break, once you get to this area, you could target, watch for reaction from here to this, in between this point. These are the levels you're going to watch for reactions, really. These are the areas you're going to watch for reactions. So if I may do that, and place that on top of here, these are the area you are going to watch for reaction. I'm giving you area within an area. What do I use for that? Let me use purple for that. God, that purple. If I use this one, good. So I may have to shape this and take this a bit up. Okay, now and also take this a bit down. Good. So if I do that, I may now shade this purple. Let me now shade this purple lighter now. Like this. Good. So that will be an area zone that you should be looking for your cell from here to the edge here. The price may just peak at this edge here, which is this is a very strong place to look for sell within that zone of how many pips? How many pips now? Within that zone of about 90, almost 100 pips, you know, to the at the edge there. So that is at 1.09 400 to 1.09 sorry, 0400, yeah. So 9400 to 1400, 0400, or say 09400 or 10400, 0.09400 or 0.10400. Those are the areas you'll be looking for your cell. Just you can put in a small lot there and see what happens. So with that, I've come to the end of this analysis. So we're still coming down, but we need to see the reaction first. All right.